The origins of first driving and why. Back in 2000, I joined the industry, and very quickly I became very disillusioned at looking at the standard tuition. It is very true back then and somewhat true today that parents can often teach their children to drive and could have a better pass rate than that of a professional driving instructor. DVSA statistics on test passes do also show this, but they're averages. There are some very good instructors out there, but there's a lot of very poor ones out there. I found this out very, very early on in my days. Driving instructors that basically by accident pass an exam and become qualified ADIs. And I say by accident because the industry pass rate 20 years ago was 7%. That meant 93% of people were failing. I questioned why 93% were failing when I undertook what was then my master's degree in driver training education, which was a work-based learning through Middlesex University. See, when I came into the industry, I realized something was wrong. I realized there was a lack of professional qualifications, there was a lack of professional service, and it frightened me, it worried me, because I was quite frankly ridiculed for turning up for driving lessons in a shirt and tie, a comedy type of learners, and people soon got to know that I wasn't stuffy in humorous lessons and serious lessons. But I believed in teaching things right. And that's why I went on. I did a cert ed, certificate in education, PGCE, post compulsory education, something called a diploma in driving instruction. And I started meeting driving instructors, a very few that are out there that seem to be acting in a professional manner and teaching there. So very much like banging a head on a brick wall. You feel like you're the only person fighting for the cause of the pupils. So I specialised in instructor training. I became that my own pass rate for instructors was actually reversed. I could get a pass rate of at least 93%, if not 97% for instructors. And I was working for some time with the DVSA on why this was. We were looking at actually a vocational qualification within the industry. 7 years of my life was involved with this, and then it was all shelved because of the government issue, a government U-turn overnight. Not that the government are ever known for doing these sorts of things, but it disappeared. So for probably the last 7 years, I've been concentrating on First for Driving as a driving school. I've been trying to recruit the sort of driving instructors that would be good, honourable, offer good professional service. The basis of the school formed from people that I trained, some of them as far as 11 years ago, and these people they're wonderful instructors, they do everything properly, they update regular training, etc. But even I've slipped, and over the past couple of years in particular, I've allowed anybody as an instructor to join the school. So I've noticed that my standards have been slipping, or as a company, I've got driving instructors who are starting to dress poorly. They're starting to wear trainers and shorts and what I call the wife beater vests. And the business side of things has been a struggle. And that is where recently the COVID has showed me where I need to move forward. COVID is a second major issue in my career as a driving school, which has nearly finished me. One was the government with their change and U-turn in education, and here now. It gives me a massive time to sit down and reflect and realise that half the instructors that are working for me, maybe not as maybe half, really shouldn't be. They haven't got the same standards, they haven't got the right ideals. And so now is a time for change. So the new First for Driving, in a sense, is another story. This is where we're going to be looking at only recruiting good quality instructors, people that will stick to our standard, our code of conduct, who will be honourable to their pupils, who will use the correct coaching methods, standard of dress, and won't commit suicide for us by trying to do their own marketing and turning away the work and the pupils that we get. So we're offering a massive amount of stuff that no other driving school offers. We have a first for driving system of videos which have been written with good education, good standards. We have tips and things on how to pass their test. We have a huge amount of resources for the learners, etc. And the same goes for our driving instructors. We do things such as check the pupil's license, a legal requirement for driving instructors, yet probably 90% don't bother, or they just look at the plastic bit and go, yeah, that's okay. And we do license checks. There's so many services that we offer to driving instructors. And that's what we're trying to produce, a whole package, so that driving instructors don't think it's all about just getting pupils. We've just included things like professional and public liability insurance. Not a legal requirement for driving instructors, but certainly a necessity. Many driving instructors don't bother with it because they don't see the need for it. And now we know to supply it with all our instructors as a standard, and amongst many other things. So the origins of first driving have massively changed over the years. It's almost gone in 7-year cycles. But today we're looking towards making it similar to that of a book I've recently read and be recommended by the 1% group, which many of you are members, which was the Bog Standard Business by Charlie Mullins. An absolutely addictive book, read it almost in one go from cover to cover and reread it with notes, etc. And he is a man who has been through many of the struggles which I'm trying to get through myself now. There we go then, that's the end of it. Forward into the new chapter. Thank you, bye-bye.